Hello folks and welcome back. It's Friday the 26th and funnily enough it's race 6 and we're on board Scallywag today, but Warwick and I just thought we'd give you a bit of a heads up, a bit of a recap on what's gone on so far. The Scallywag's doing just nicely. Warwick had a win in the last race yesterday, looking good, going into a tough one today though.
Yeah, well, they had their first official win. They had an unofficial win the day before, or a few days before, the race day before. But so in terms of the windward leeward situation, it's 2 each. Let's say, you know.
Yeah, effectively
2 each between the Oats and Scallywag. If the boys on board can pull out a win today, it'll be dead square again. So that's pretty exciting for these guys. I mean, you know, as we discussed the other day, the bar is right up here that the Oats program has been running for many, many years. And this is a new program, the Scallywag program. And there's a lot of learning. They're trying to understand the boat, they're trying to develop the boat, they're trying to get better VPPs to understand where they can go with it.
It's very much a developmental part of their program, starting from behind scratch with a whole pile of problems which is well documented, coming up here on the run, got the boat together, the crew jumped in. Very dusty day the first day where the mains will come down, so it's been rugged.
Learning,
but yesterday there's real signs that this boat can take it to Oats.
There is no doubt about it. That's been proven.
Yeah.
And the thing is, if you think about, you know, the amount of development that's gone on with the Oats over the last, you know, many years, that sorry, we've got a bit of a runner coming in here.
We'll just
bit of heel angle.
Take the yacht.
So Blake's doing well to keep us all going. But yeah, so the bottom line is plenty of potential. This will be exciting today. 15 to 20. Breeze back in 160, which is sort of normal around here. I'm about to go over the side.
26 nautical miles this race. It's a passage race, a lot of ziggy-zaggy in it, so it's going to be great to watch. A lot of crew handling will come into this one, Warwick.
And the way the course is set up could really suit this puppy today. Get four tons of water ballast in on the reaches, you know, like long legs. So it's all to play for.
Looking forward to it. So that's our little intro for today's race. We'll pick it up going into the pre-start where it really gets interesting. So buckle up everybody, this should be a hoot today. Okay folks, welcome back to Scallywag TV for Team Scallywag, and that's what we're standing on, Warwick. And we're inside, probably coming up to 4 minutes to the start of race 6. And you can see the opposition, the big red 7 and the Audi branding on Wild Oats 11. And this is going to be quite an interesting start, to say the least, Warwick. Plenty of pressure here, 10, 12 knots. And you're going to get the ride of your lives in this section.
Yeah, that's good. We're coming down. We're around 2:30 to go. We're dialing down, going into a match race situation here. The Oats is tacked and we're going bow to bow. We're on port, Oats on starboard. Bow to bow on Oats, we're going for a tack here.
Just watch it, Blake, watch it.
Okay, Oats goes behind. They're not happy with that. So now Oats is going to come up behind us, underneath us.
Get ready to tack, is the call.
So we're overlapped here. They've got up, but we've got the gas. We're gassing them out a little bit.
Blake's doing his best with the camera, getting thrown around.
We're going to have to burn time for my mind. Both boats are too early, I think. I missed that last hooter. We're coming up for a minute. They were definitely, that was full on then. Both boats coming in, 12, 13 knots each. Okay, Timmy Wiseman's calling up 3 boatlets. He's calling up 3 boatlets. We're a boatlet. They're calling 2. So now they're weather position. We've taken the leeward position. We can still just make the lay. Okay, now we dial up hard. Try and burn some time. Okay, 1 minute. 1 minute, and we're very close. We've got 2.
Woody's got some boats underneath.
Correct, we've got 40 footers just ahead of us. They're going slow. We're going to have to really burn here, but we've got distance, I believe.
Oats has had to wind.
Yep. We've got distance to burn. 44. David's calling for full trim. we had to go fully off on the jib then, and they've got a heap to get on.
Oates has got his bow down, he's killed his time.
Correct. 30 seconds, we've got a burn here. We've still got a burn time. Okay, we've got some keel canted out to weather. Okay, Matt Humphries has just said go.
Great spot.
Matt's going go.
Great spot, Scallywag.
Let's go, good start. Really good start on the Scallywag. Oates is locked in. Come around. Where's Blake? Come around to the Oates. I think we're... That was really close, really good start. It's calling for full back on the right. So Oates to weather of us, where our bow go across is just ahead of the bowsprit of Oates. Okay, we've got, there's been some OCSs, Patrice has gone back, Goat has gone back.
Weekly start though, what?
We're waiting just to confirm. They think it was a really close killer.
We're waiting on confirmation.
Okay, Ichiban's gone back. There's a lot of boats gone back. So now look, Alive's gone back. This might be a general. I think this, I can't see the flag. We've advanced too far out. Yeah, Oates is pulling out of this. This will be a general. This will be a general. Yeah, general recall. So we go and do all this again.
Okay, Scallywag TV, we'll come back for the next start.
That's all.
Okay, folks, this is a heads up for start 2. We've got the camera on the big Oates, the enemy. Buckle up. This won't be as hectic as the last one because David just said we're a little bit late for this. We're back off. Oates is in the command position, Warwick. He's well to weather and he's got an alley through there.
Yeah, that was disappointing. I mean, Woody not happy.
Stand by tack.
Stand by attack.
Certainly not happy. The timing was out on that one and got caught out. Thought it was 4 minutes. It was actually 1 minute.
Still with us, Blake?
So the Oates had that to themselves. So now we're just got to chip away. Got to settle everything down. David's got to get his take a few deep breaths. Put that behind him, and we've got to move forward now. It's good breeze for us today. It's meant to be increasing.
Well, Oates has just tacked the weather.
Yeah, we're not that bad, you know. Like we're punched out.
We're clear air in front of us, so we've got an alley. A lot of sailing to be done. 30, was it 27, 37? I can't remember miles.
Yeah, 26 miles, 27 miles across the water. We've got a trimaran, a catamaran coming in here that is out of control.
This could be interesting.
This is out of control. He's just crossed against Oates. So they're doing Windward Lewis. This is crazy. Ichiban's had to bail out while they were getting gassed off. Oates anyway. But yeah.
What
you don't want these guys coming to the bottom mark where we're doing what we're doing. Anyway. So now
okay, we're pretty much settled down, right?
Got to find their mode, settle down. Just punch away, chip away at this killer.
Hang on, it's on the jammer. Take up, Marky.
Stop there.
Yeah, we'll come back, but we're underway. Race 6 on the 26th of August. Coming back soon, Scallywag TV. Okay, folks, Warwick, we're just sitting on here, hanging on for dear life, but we've actually turned a corner of this course, mate. Where, in fact, are we?
We've been around And Island. We're approaching Coal Island, so we just cracked sheets through this section here. A few minutes, and the boys are just setting up. They'll have to set their A1 downwind sail. We've got a big downwind run coming up. You can see the cockpit action down around the pit. They're getting organised. They'd set up an outside sheet. Now they're setting up their staysail sheets. They're actually running short of time here. We're getting really close.
What's this?
We've got Coal Island abeam of us, so we're coming away. And they've got to really push to get that A1 up in the lock.
That line's going to tighten up. It's going to spin, so just don't sit on this line.
Sorry, there's a bit of action going on.
Spinning seat here,
so
was it?
They're in a rush to get this up. It's still not at the masthead, so we're, it was a 2-minute 15 gap, basically the top mark being Ann Island. So we're getting close to wanting that shoot. We're only a few degrees, you know, maybe a minute away from putting the head down and requiring that, so a little bit behind the game. As I said, 2-minute 15 gap forward, so yeah, just couldn't match the Oates with height.
You got the shot of Oates. Blake, just come round to your right a tad. You see the big Oates. That's the lead. And whereas it was yesterday, it was Scallywag with all the donuts after the last race. This is lollies have gone to Wild Oats on that first sector of this course today, Warwick. That's a big job to pull them back in.
Yeah, no, that unless they have major problems, that won't happen today. But yeah, just set up problems. You know, very different day. There's a lot, you know, more breeze today, and just felt we were sort of tipping over and not going forward. Oates definitely had height on us all the way through there, and I think they were just trying to work out what the modes were for this amount of wind strength. So anyway,
okay,
we'll go down this
on.
run and see what happens. Okay, we've got to deploy on the A1, so we go downwind now.
Okay, so that's the action. The A sail's out, and we're chasing the Oates down through that passage ahead of us. There's a lot more zigzagging going on in this course. We'll set up when we get an idea of where we're off to next, but this is pretty straight sailing down this passage.
Okay, well, we're just looking at Liam over the side then with the keel fully canted. There's a bit of concern that it's just not firing. We're just not being able to get the speed and depth of the Oates at the moment. So, yeah, David's a little bit frustrated, I think. We weren't as quick as the Oates upwind, and now it just feels like she ain't jumping on this downwind leg. And we've got a very different sail configuration to what the Oates has got on. They've got a soft luff A sail on. We've got a, you know, our A1, which is a tight luff sail, so quite different. But anyway, the boats are so different. This is part of the journey to work out the modes on this boat and which way to go forward.
Okay, Warwick, about to go into a jibe here. This manoeuvre's about to start, and Blake's got the camera on Wild Oats. Wild Oats has really given us, the Scallywag team, a big tickle up today, Warwick. There's a lot of scratching of heads on this boat.
Yeah, there is, Keller. And we're going into a jibe now. It's off Pine Island, and the 2-minute 15 that was at the top mark, or Coal Island, has absolutely been extended. They've been on fire down this run, and as you said, there's been a lot of talk, conjecture about what's the best VMG angles down this run and how to trim this A1. So you're going to have to get on top of this one, because if you're in an ocean race in these conditions, they'll do an horizon job.
And I didn't quite hear what you had to say about the crew member going over the side with the harness. They had some problems with the, thought there was something on the keel?
Yeah, well, they're just trying to work out, you know, they were frustrated with the speed and numbers that they were getting.
Why aren't we going quicker?
And, you know, just wondered whether the leg was down. I mean, this is standard stuff. I mean, when it happens, it can do your head in, you know?
Yeah.
So you start checking for all the basic stuff which can happen, and you can get things caught around the keel, the rudder, you know, maybe the leg's gone down, or the water hasn't gone out of the tanks, or you know, all sorts of things. So just going through those basic things to clear the mind and go, okay, well, let's just move on with what we've got and try and work the situation out.
Okay, so we're probably halfway through, I would think, of this race course right now. So we'll shut down and bring you some more manoeuvres as they come to us.
And just on that, Kilo, just before we shut down, they've called for an A3 on deck, so they're going for a sail change. I mean, like this, in terms of the result, being the Oats, this is done, unless the mast falls out of the Oats. And so they've got to utilise this time while they've got the team together in these conditions to try something different.
Yeah, have a look at some
and
setups.
looking at the big picture, the big game, and their goalposts are Hobart this year.
Definitely. All right. We'll come back. Blake has got the camera on our nearest competitor astern, Warwick, which happens to be the little Rykel Pew 66, and that thing's been coming into us like a freight train.
Yeah, it has, Kilo, and it's not as bad as it actually looks, because I mean we've gone our A1 down and basically bareheaded, and we're now setting our A3 chute, was a deeper chute, and because the A1 was just not firing this puppy up in this amount of wind strength, and you can see this thing is coming down here planing, and we're giving away 34 foot to it. But so it's actually going to be, this will be interesting, because they've actually caught us just as these guys will be able to deploy the A3 and try and work out some numbers. Just listening to Matt Humphries before, we were achieving around 80 to 84% of our potential on our polars, so that's way below and totally unacceptable, obviously. And trying to work out, they're going up to sort of 130s VMGs, which is, you know, too hot. I mean, you just can't sail around the ocean like that. You're sailing away from the mark all the time. So anyway, it's in the lock. They've got luff tension now on this A3, and we're about to deploy just as the live comes up on our stern.
Smoking into us.
And let's see whether we can sail away from these guys, which you're going to need to, obviously.
Back to the drawing board after that big victory yesterday afternoon.
Yep.
Come over here, Blake, and have a look at this sail.
One sunny day doesn't make a summer.
That's right. So this is a completely different set of sail. It's got more of a head in it.
Well, it's a deeper sail.
It's a much deeper sail.
Much deeper sail. It's about 30% deeper.
I think that's the goods, was it? To be quite frank.
Well, yep, for sure. I mean, we need it. I mean, you can see the Oats has got that style of chute on. So let's see how we go. Let the boat settle down. We'll get out of the stern for these guys and get to weather here.
So just turn around and just have a look at great shots of this alive, lit up, coming at us. 66 foot Rykel Pew, beautifully trimmed, nice looking chute. And the way he's going, Warwick, we better, hopefully we get some pace on him. He's just going to roll us. Anyway, that's the vision as it stands on the deck of the Scallywag. Come back with some more action later.
Okay, so we've got the A3 up now, and just having a quick talk to Matty Humphries. So just to remind you, we had the A1 and we were getting just absolutely punished. We were hitting about 80, 81, 82% of our potential polars, or potential speed. We've gone to the A3 and we're back at 100. So that's a big change, like nearly a 20% increase in boat speed and to the mark. So a big learning number there for David and the afterguard. Then we've also gone for a staysail inside of this, and I'll go and check with Matty Humphries in a minute and see whether that's held. So big learning curve, and that's the opportunity that these guys have got sailing every day against one of the world's best 100 footers.
Okay, Warwick, this is the upgraded speed differential. We had a live right up our ginger there a while ago. Now all that we've jibed again, and they've come across. So we're going better than we were prior to that last bit of vision.
Absolutely. They were about to sort of go over the top of us, jibed away, and we still weren't set up. It took us a while to get set up, and as I just said in the last bit, we've had an increase of nearly 20% on our potential polars, or our targets, and within a few minutes we're pulling away from alive again. as you would expect.
Well,
but a bit of a happier, Matt Humphries, a bit of happier David Witt.
Yeah, they found the accelerator, but it'd be nice if that was wild oats, but that's not the case today, folks.
Well, it's all about testing here. This is what this regatta is mainly about, so they learned something.
Okay, folks, herring in at a rate of knots here on this turn mark, Warwick Rooklyn. This is well over the halfway mark, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Basically we're getting to the bottom of the run here. Blake, just under the A3 here is the White Rock, so we're going to be
this is a big turn.
Doing a full job here. Yep. So we'll be foiling and then furling, not foiling.
You could be.
I think David Wisher was foiling.
This is Matt Humphries calling the shots here.
Correct. So,
furling now.
So what he does is he calls time. He doesn't call distance. He calls time in to the mark and to the manoeuvres. So now a little bit of a hesitation in the furl. So it's going to be a big, full-on two-sail drive here once they get this furl done, and then we're heading back to Denham Island, which is going to be slightly cracked sheets. So we're good. We're fully furled.
So there's going to be a lot of action here, Warwick. This is a big 270-degree turn from what I can see.
Yeah, correct. And you can see the reef. If you come to the right a little bit, Blake, you can see the rock and a little bit of sand coming out to the side of it. So we can't go too close here. So this whole Whitsunday Island area is fraught with danger. Matt, world-class navigator. He's got his tablet with his charts and the GPS on it.
So we're going to get this sail on the deck, Warwick, this
do the turn.
A3?
Yeah, yep, they'll have to get that on the deck. It's where we're going basically upwind for home now. So they've got that inside the jib.
I say sail coming down, dagger board.
So we got a bit of a light patch through that jibe, so that wasn't too much drama. It's a very soft here.
You see the foredeck crew working overtime work to get that big python down on the deck.
And they hopefully want to get that down before we turn the corner and the breeze is coming. We're just going to get around here. Still sailing's very downwind here. Boys are sheeting on very early. And so there's our next target. It's up to the right there, Blake. That's the island. We go around that. Oates is already around that and heading home. So here we go.
If you take your camera hard right, Warwick, you'll just pick up a live. We've done a number since we've had that A3 up the mast. So that's the distance between us and A live, which we should be miles in front of, but are going away at this point in time. So powered up again, was it? Where are we going?
We're going to Denham Rock, so that's a crack sheet, so it's not fully on the wind. And then when we get round Denham, we come fully on the wind. So we're reaching across here. Very easy sheets at the moment, full heel. We're going full can on the keel. Wouldn't be surprised if David put some water in to the tanks. So all the boys just doing a tidy up. Everyone that's not doing it, they want. Okay, there's some issue with the board. Didn't quite pick that up, but we're very tippy here. So
you can see the drama on these big 100s when the manoeuvres come on. They're not always smooth sometimes, and there's still a bit to be done here, Warwick.
So leeward board. He's had to wipe speed off it to get that leeward board up.
So they had much down? Was that their problem?
Yeah, for the reaching.
Too much load on it.
So now he's pulling the bow down, really powered up. This monster of a thing. If you have a look up the top of the mast, Blake, get an idea of maybe of the heel that we've got on this thing.
Is this okay?
Is this okay?
Is this okay?
Can we get some more speed? Cam, can we get more speed? No, it's fantastic, brother.
All right, so little bit of a taste of what it'd be like. You could reach around the world just blasting. It's happy days. So a little bit to go till we get to Denham, then we come on a wind.
Gonna get wet back there.
And okay, so the water ballast coming on. We'll see it spurting out the back in a second, Blake, out of the vents. That's the indication the tanks will be full. When we come here, you're going to get wet there, Kilos.
Yeah, I know, I've got my bottom going up.
You got that? So
Water
we've got
flows
a vent
over the
just in
decks
front of
when
that
they're
winch
pressed.
there. We've got another one a few feet behind that, and then another one behind that. And they'll got the water pump running, filling the tanks up, and then when she's full, water will come a gushing. Moving a bit of weight aft, trying to get the bow out a little bit. Get maximum riding moment out of this thing.
This is pretty much a broad reach, Warwick, 2 sails.
Correct. And breeze is increasing nicely. Go wind against tide at the moment.
It's waiting for the water. You can hear that pump whirring away and downstairs. Marcus Ashley Jones. He's the pump master. Tommy Clout on the sheet of this big beast. Sails on the 18 with David. That was one of our backstories early in the season when we were calling David the only bloke in the world that was campaigning a modern 18-foot skiff and a 100-foot super maxi all in one season. And there's Tommy's sidekick helping him out.
So the tank's taking a while to fill up. We might worry about that shot killer, might take too long, but
75%. Well, that's the actual. So, Warwick, last mark of the course on the way home. Nice looking little piece of reel. So,
yeah, it's beautiful, isn't it?
I can see a little shack on the end of that somehow.
Yeah, absolutely. With Sundays just scattered through all of these. Someone out for the afternoon in the lee there as we rock around. They're getting a great view of some of the best Grand Prix boats in the world, starting on the Whit Sundays. So we're looking upwind, wind against tide. It's a few, as you would say, 8 kilo, a few sheep out in the paddock, and camo out in the distance. So, whoa, you all right? Nearly lost our cameraman as we went up right under the lee of the island. So now we're cranking up. Getting a bit of tide under our stern, get us home quicker.
And just moving the water around a bit in the boat as we heard before, so that's probably happening as we speak. So just settle down for this little beat back to Dent Passage, and we'll have a talk to you then. Okay, everybody, we're back across the finish line, Warwick, and that was an epic journey. Wasn't that long in K's or nautical miles, but felt like we'd gone to Hobart and back. There's plenty of action.
Yeah, there was. Well, and then plenty to learn. You know, we obviously we've got all that, the comments we had over the last 25 minutes in the long version of this tape. But yeah, to cap it up, learning curve, and the interesting thing out of it is, you know, the differential in boat speed between the Scallywag and Oates can come down to a couple of degrees of heel angle, you know, a couple of centimetres of main sheet tension, just tiny little things, even on these huge big boats, make that difference.
Well, you can hear the loads, can't you? I mean, everybody that's watched this clip now can appreciate how strung up these boats are. So they press a big button on a hydraulic winch and, you know, it's all going in. The boat's just being wound up, isn't it? So
Yeah, it's like
you got
a
to know
drum.
what it is, a drum, and you got to know how much you're putting on. But you know, another great experience. I think the boys were disappointed they used that big A sail out of the round, turning the top island, and it proved to be that the A3 was 3 times quicker.
Well, the point is that they used that sail in the Southport race at A1, but they were sailing it around 120, 125 true wind angle. So they probably haven't had an opportunity to do what they've done this week, and that is to go day after day and to do windward lewards or have full VMG runs where you're inside of the opposition and really get a true understanding. And I was listening to David talking to Matt, and basically, you know, they're going, okay, you know, 1 to 9 is A1 crossover, A3 back to maybe A1 at different angles. So there's so many complexities to get these charts worked out, and I don't know. I mean, for people that don't sail yachts, Blake, if you just come around to your left here and look down at the charts on the side, and these are the sail charts. So these are the VMG angles, the wind speed, the crossovers. These are nice
big toe. Get out of
Campbell's beautiful manicured toes there. There's a guy that hasn't been done much sailing.
Secret.
But all the polars, so these are all the things that they're constantly being tuned up. And even from the design point of view, they can come out of the design office, but that's theoretical. Now that they're getting real life, real time situations.
Well, yeah, and you can see the melee when in that start procedure, you know, like it's all going on, and then to try and get across the line, which they did, and they try and settle the boat down, took a couple of minutes to even get it into some sort of groove, which proved not to be the right groove. So it just takes a long time to get a handle on these things.
Absolutely.
But the best thing for Scallywag is the fact that they're racing against Oates, their main oppo for Hobart. So what could be better? I mean,
well, there's only 200 footers in the world
that are doing this.
Yeah. Well, you know, I mean, if you look at, you know, the Comanche, you look at Wild Oats.
She's a record breaker.
That's where this is at.
Yeah.
You know, these guys are nipping at that.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's, you know, huge budgets, huge amounts of development, you know, so they're doing okay, and you know, I dare say that they'll get there.
Well, that's a wrap for us, Wazza. So we'll say farewell. I hope you enjoyed that little experience. And from Warwick, Brooklyn and Kilo, Scallywag TV, out.